Today, on the surface, looks like a normal day. We were up in the green a little bit, down in the red a little bit. But if you look under the surface, there were some quite important things that occurred today, and we're going to discuss them because today was a big day in my opinion. Hopefully, I'm going to remember all the things that happened. First things first, we heard from Kashkari. Kashkari was a former Dove turned hawk as things have gotten inflation-like. And he said that he was leaning towards increasing his dot plot. If you remember, he was one of the more hawkish members of the dot plot last time, and he was at 5.4%. Now he's saying he wants to lean above that. So now he's going to start advocating for, possibly, depending on how the data comes in the rest of the year, he's going to start advocating for a higher than 5.25 to 5.5 rate hike, which is a 5.5 to 5.75. All of a sudden, we're getting closer to 6%. And I think this is part of the reason why the 10-year finally broke back above 4% again. It should probably be a little higher, but that's where it is. Bostic said, I believe that he was still in the 5 to 5.25 camp, but he said high rates well into 2024. Okay, that's a long time. That's over a year. So the 2-year should probably be higher than where it is. And it is also moving 4.9%. It will probably get to 5% at some point relatively soon because that's realistically where it should be, at least. So, back to the point about data, depending on how the data comes in. It's still early, but we got preliminary Germany CPI data, and I get it, it's a foreign country. They have different situations than us. They don't really produce their own natural gas. But hotter than expected CPI yet again. Who knows if this will trickle into the United States? But based on the way the Fed is talking, my expectation is that there's a reasonable probability inflation is going to be hot and it's going to force them to act more hawkish. I believe we get CPI on March 14th and then the FOMC March 17th. So we're getting right up in that. So those are the two big pieces of information that I'm seeing. The market is remaining very choppy, but I think the data and the fundamentals are pointing us in a particular direction, and we have to wait until more stuff comes out. That's just, just gotta sit back, relax, and let the situation play out. We don't need to worry about the next 5 seconds. We don't need to worry about the next minute or anything like that. We don't even need to worry about what tomorrow does. Tomorrow could be up. We've had several red days in a row. That wouldn't be anything too crazy. But I think stocks are very expensive, particularly with the 10-year above 4%. That's a meaty return. Let's not forget, the average S&P 500 return is something like 7%. So you're getting a guaranteed 4% in the 10-year. You're getting virtually guaranteed 5% in the 2-year. And, the 6-month. So you've got all these other good returns that are basically average S&P 500 returns. And it's questionable whether this is even an average type of year for the market. You have the risk of it not being so. If you buy a treasury, a 6-month at 5% or whatever it is, or a 2-year at 5%, you're guaranteed that rate of return. That is the risk-free rate of return. So stocks are questionable, in my opinion, at best. And I think they deserve to go to new 52-week lows. I think that's just where it should be. They were too expensive at the top. I was avoiding a lot of them at the top. And I still think they're a little too expensive. There's some cheap stocks out there, and you can buy them. We don't make individual stock videos that often on this channel, but we recently made a video about PBF. That stock is up handsomely today, handsomely. And I love that stock. And you can go watch that video on that stock. So that's how we're thinking about things. That's today's video, and until next time, peace out.